Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a very long awaited video, something you guys have been requesting for so long, which is my fake tanning routine. I show you all my tips and tricks and everything that I know and do to make the most natural looking tan. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I first start off by taking a shower, and this is where I'm going to shave all of the necessary parts that you need to shave, especially your legs. And then I go ahead and exfoliate. I either use the Loving Tan removing mitt, which is really good for removing any existing tan that you have, or I go in with a body scrub. Any sort of body scrub works fine. And then I exfoliate my face with the Dermalogica Daily Micro Exfoliant. It's one of the best facial exfoliants I've ever used. I actually use it on the daily and it makes my skin baby soft. And so I go ahead and exfoliate all of the most important parts like my knees, my elbows, my wrists, ankles, hands, feet, and then I go ahead and exfoliate any other body part on my body. But the most important parts are your ankles and wrists and hands and knees and elbows. All the stuff where you usually get extra dark. Now, after the shower, I like to moisturize everywhere, not just my joints and ankles and wrists. I moisturize everything, and I've been using this Body Shop Pina Colada body cream lately. I start off with my knees and my elbows and wrists and ankles just so it soaks in a little bit better and makes them extra smooth, and you really want to make sure that you get those areas by your armpits. Those also get very dark. And then I go ahead and moisturize everywhere else. I just feel like this creates a very even tan and it makes everything look good. And for the actual tan, my favorite fake tan of all time is Loving Tan. No, this is not sponsored, but I have been using this for years and I love it so much. Lately I've been using the 2 Hour Express, but any of their tans work magically. So I go ahead and I start by putting 2 pumps on the mitt and just blending it into my body. I like to start with my upper body, like my arms, my chest, my shoulders, and my upper back, and then I go ahead and work my way down. I leave my face and my hands and my feet for very last. That's one of the most important things I can tell you, is leave your hands for very last, and I will get to why that's important when I get to my hands, but take my advice and do your hands very last. So I just take this time and blend the absolute crap out of this tan, making sure it's seamless and just looking good overall. I really take my time and observe myself in the mirror, making sure everything isn't blotchy and everything is even. A lot of people ask me how I do my back, and personally I have very long arms, so I just reach around my back and do it myself. But if you have shorter arms, you can totally get someone else to do them. I believe Loving Tan has like a longer mitt type thing on a stick that you can use for your back, but I would just ask your mom or your boyfriend or anyone to help you put that on. And so then I work my way down my stomach and to my legs, making sure everything is even. Now for my face, I actually use the mitt and I take a very tiny amount of tanner and I start on the outsides of my face, like my cheekbones, my forehead, and my jawline. I really like to concentrate on those areas because those are the places where you naturally get most tan. At least that's where I get tan mostly. And also on my nose, making sure that I get all the way around my ears, on my ears, and everywhere in that area, so there's no definite line of where the tan stops and where it starts. You want this to look as natural as possible, so just think about where the sun hits you naturally and where you get most tan. Once all of that is dry, I usually go in with a second layer just to add a little bit more darkness, and I always start on my cheekbones and then on my forehead, and once most of the product is gone, I will go over all of my face so everything is covered. It's really a lot easier with the mitt, I find. I used to use an old foundation brush, but I find that the mitt is just way easier and way quicker.
Once you're done with your face, I like to go in with my hands. I first start by washing them just to make sure
any accidental tanner didn't get on them, just so I can start fresh. I start with a very, very small pump of tanner, and I actually start by putting it on my forearm, and then I put my hand in a fist and I work my way up my hand once most of that product is gone on the forearm. I start by going around on my wrist, avoiding my palm areas, and then going around on my knuckles and on my fingers. I keep my fingers bent so that product doesn't get streaky or caught into my knuckles, and then I'll go in between my fingers as well. I find that this is the easiest and most effective way to do my hands and to not make them look extra orange or extra tan. So that is how I put on my tanner, and then once everything is gone and done, I wait 2 hours. After about 2 hours, today I actually waited an hour and a half because I didn't want it to be too dark since this is still springtime. I go ahead and I take a shower and I wash all of that tanner off, and then I will go ahead and moisturize my whole body again. You want to moisturize your body after every time you shower just to enhance the longevity of the tan. And that is how I do my fake tanner. I'm so sorry that I waited so freaking long to do this video, but I'm glad that I finally did so I can teach you my tips and my tricks. I feel like I truly am an expert at this by this point. I really, really think it's super important to make your tan look as natural as possible. I am not for that super, super orange tan look. That's just me personally. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with me to upload this. I love you guys. I hope you learned some tips and tricks today, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.